What is up, guys, and welcome back to Road to Glory Crew Mode with Plymouth, episode number 39. And today, we've got a transfer window. There won't be too many transfers going on. It's just kind of signs that I'm showing you who obviously I'm going to be signing. I mean, to be fair, I ain't got the most of money anyway, so we'll see what we can do. But, we've got Man U up first. I mean, we are top of the table at the moment. They are second. So, it's quite a important game, really. I know we beat them last episode 4-3 in the Capital One Cup. But, today, this game, wasn't as kind of busy, wasn't as good. Good chance there very early on. Jack Payne with his left foot, unlucky not to score. Well, should have really scored, really. But Heber Murphy actually does open the scoring in the 32nd minute. Good goal there, free ball to win. 9 times out of 10, he's not going to miss them chances. He's just, he's getting on now. Start the season, he wasn't too good, but now he's getting a lot better. And you see there, obviously, scoring a great goal, and he obviously gets his 8th goal of the season, so well done to him. Now the thing is, it was half time. Now there weren't a lot of chances going on. Like I said, it was just a rubbish game, really. This obviously you haven't seen the second half yet, but the good thing was 1-0 up, and the main thing was we did have the 3 points. But as you see at half time, Man U, they didn't even have a shot. That's how bad the game was. You could say we was defending well, but, I still think the game was just really poor quality. I was trying to create as many chances as I could, but, Man U's defence was just really good. I thought I was lucky to obviously, score the goal. But, Man U pile on the pressure a bit here. 2 chances back to back. Unlucky there. 75th minute, play the ball into the box. Again, just missing the follow-up. Obviously going wide, but second half it was just Man U really than me, and they just performed better. I couldn't really get a sniff at goal, and as you see, Wayne Rooney does get the goal what they needed to obviously draw the match. So he puts them at 1-1. Bit frustrating to obviously letting a goal, but at the end of the day, it is Man U. They have got top quality players. Memphis Depay, I'm surprised he didn't go himself, to be fair, but I saw Wayne Rooney in the middle on his own, and Wayne Rooney only gets his 5th goal of the season. Now, he is, 35 now in the game, so it is the 5th season, so, I will let him off. Still quite old. I mean, his rating won't go down, but, a bit disappointing to let in a late goal like that. And, we go on to, obviously, transfers. So we get a draw in that top 2 clash. Not the best of first and second games, but, it's just one of those things. But anyway, Verdillo. Now, I had him in my Fulham crew mode. And, he was a really good player. So I'm looking forward to bringing him in. And also, Lucas Podolski. Now, I went in for him in the summer. But I couldn't afford him in the end. I used my money on other players. I wanted to buy him again, to be fair, and last in the summer I negotiated a 5 million deal for him. I know he's 34, but he is 79 rated at the end of the day. But the thing is, we offered 4 million. Now I'm thinking, because he's now getting on a bit, I might be able to get him for cheaper. So I think 4 million is a bit steep for him, but we'll see and see what happens, really. Unlucky with a chance there against Newcastle, obviously, in the next game. I don't think Newcastle's doing that well in this league, to be fair. They've got a few good players, actually. They've got Vertonghen and Nkulu at centre back, so they've got a pretty good defence, actually, but I just don't think they're doing very well. But they do open the scoring with Mitrovic. He obviously rises up, gets the header over my centre back. Bit disappointed with that, really. I didn't think I should be conceding that goal. I mean, my centre backs aren't the tallest. I think Pool's 5'10", so his height's not the best of things. But we was 1-0 down in the first half quite early on. He was pushing for a second, but they was pushing for a second. We was trying to get one, but it went into half time at 1-0 to them. And to be fair, like the Man U game, there weren't a lot of chances at all. It was very kind of battly, scruffy and tacky in the centre of the midfield. All of it was in the centre of midfield. I was trying to create as many chances as I could. Newcastle were just defending too well, but luckily I do actually pull a goal back in the 70th minute, thank God, with Heber Murphy getting on the score sheet again. So that's 2 goals in 2 games from him. Well done to him. He pops up with a bit of a sweaty goal, but the main thing was, it put us 1-1. At least it got us a point, because if Man U won their game, then obviously they'd be making 3 points on us, but this time it will only be 2. So a point's a good thing in the end. We had a good chance late on. Bellerin, as you see here, does get a really good strike off, but it was unlucky. It ended 1-1. Bit frustrated to lose to draw against Newcastle, but we move on onto the next game. But anyway, Levente actually accepted our offer for Lucas Podolski for 4 million, so we offered him a contract. But before we could do any more negotiations, we did have an FA Cup game, our first one against Huddersfield at home. I played me second team against them, easily won 3-0. And also QPR came in for Ben Purrington. Now I remember in the summer, quite a few Championship clubs came in for him, and I wanted about 3.5 million for him. So it's looking like, they didn't want to pay that in the summer. They all said no, we don't believe he's worth that much. So this time I approached a bit, smaller. I decided to go for 2.5 million. So we'll see what QPR says at the end. Obviously at the end of this game. But we did have Stoke in our next game. Now Stoke, I hadn't had much luck against them in this career mode. I don't think. I remember, in the sim games, I think I've won them, but when I've played them, I haven't. Now I played them here last season at my ground, and we actually drew 1-1. And I think last season as well, I think we played away and we actually lost, I think, that game. So, Stoke, a bit of a bogey team of mine. But we do actually take the lead very early on. And I thought this was a great goal, to be fair. Heber Murphy taking on a load of players. My Belgium right winger, left-footed, so obviously that came in handy with that strike. Just belts it into the back of the net. I think it's Viviano in the goal, not Jack Butland. So, Luca Baggio, I'm just going to call him. Gets his second goal of the season and puts us 1-0 up. So I was quite happy. I was quite happy with how we were going. We was creating a lot of chances, and I was quite surprised we didn't actually go and make it 2-0. Like you see there, Viviano making a good save. Now I really like that animation. Obviously it's like realistic. But obviously the Manchester derby. I just want to talk a bit about that. I mean, I'm so surprised Man City won without Aguero. They did so well. Man U was absolutely crap. I love the banter going on with how Paul Pogba was like missing throughout the game. I just think that banter's awesome. But it was a good Manchester derby, to be fair. I really liked it. But Man City at the end of the day played a lot better than them, I'd say, when it counted. So it ended 2-1 to them. And we also somehow survived our 1-0 lead. I mean, Stoke, don't get me wrong, second half there was like only chances in past the 79th minute, so Stoke were piling on the pressure, but luckily we kept our lead. We obviously kept the lead, and we got the 3 points, which is the main thing. And also I accept a bid for Ben Purrington of 2 million, so he looks like he'll be on his way to QPR, who are actually who actually are third place in our Premier League. So quite surprising. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and guys, I'll be seeing you later. Peace!